We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.
Welcome to Chad's Underground Scene with my special guest today, Casey Royer. How you doing?
I'm doing. How are you, man?
Good. And we are down here in the, I guess, San Diego straddle. It's almost OC.
Surf City. We're in San Clemente, right at San Clemente State Park at my pad. So, yeah, everything's good, man.
Tell us how things are going.
Chad's my mentor. I'm just, like, after the full-on COVID lockdown, now we're playing shows again.
Yes.
And DI's doing shows, recording. The Adolescents are recording, doing shows. I'm in a band called The Immortals. We just got done recording. Not doing shows yet. But everything's good, just, like, kind of kicking back. I guess the pandemic has subsided.
And we couldn't ask for better weather today. Nice little breeze.
Yeah, it's nice. There's not
people out in the desert are burning up, but we're just sitting here.
120 there, and it's like
about
what
65,
70. Yeah, we're really stoked because that little coastal eddy they call it, where moisture comes in from the ocean. So it's always cool here. It's kind of classic for Southern California. I'm at the most southern tip of Orange County you can get before you go to Oceanside in San Diego County. So San Clemente is just like a blessing, but don't come here. There's sharks. They'll eat you. No,
Shit. So let's go way back and let's start maybe at the beginning.
Okay, at the beginning.
You're jumping into punk rock.
Well, let's see. I was 10 years old with my dad gave me a drum set, and my uncle in Anaheim. My grandma went to Anaheim High School in 1915. When I was 10, or growing up, I played drums at my grandma's house in Anaheim, and they had a beach house in Laguna, like a trailer. So I kind of coexisted in that, growing up, learning how to play drums. And then I just was playing drums, and I guess, like, to summarize, me and Mike Ness created the first Social Distortion and wrote Mommy's Little Monster in my bedroom at my parents' house. And then he went his way, I went with the Adolescents, and the Adolescents did some heroic stuff, and we did some stuff for a few years and toured and did like this and that.
Yeah.
And then
and you had the luck of being right in the middle of the OC scene, which was an awesome scene.
Oh, it was an amazing thing because we're all like kind of upper middle class kids and like went surfing all the time and skating, and we just liked music, so we practiced and played and wrote all kinds of songs about just stupid stuff because it was fun. Who cares? We're just kids that kids whose toys were instruments growing up, because like in the 60s I was like 8, and there's a lot of music while I was in, and then the 70s, rock, all that stuff, 80s punk started, and we destroyed the rest of the musical world.
And then we were lucky to have that connection. We both played with Mike Ness. You played with Social Distortion.
Yeah.
And then he came and played with Easter and toured with us for a couple years.
It's crazy how we became iconic.
And it's awesome. And then
what's wrong with people?
We both ended up a few times in the black hole.
Yeah, the black hole in Mike Ness's apartment after his parents' divorce.
Tell us a little bit about that whole experience and what went on there, because that was crazy. That was just crazy.
That was
stuff.
insane. We destroyed that place so heavily. It was like they had no clue, because it was like 1977, 76 when punk was just engaging, and our parents and everybody didn't really understand it yet. They thought we were just reckless high school kids drunk or something. So we
and it was true.
Yeah,
that was probably a good description.
Mike's parents were having some trouble, so they divorced, and Mike lived at my house for like a year with my mom and dad. We wrote Mommy's Little Monster in my bedroom at my parents' house while his parents were his mom was getting a new pad to live in with his brother and sister. And so they were a happy family then again, and they got an apartment for Mike. Big mistake.
Oh.
Okay, they got it for Mike and Joey Manforty, right? We're all like a big crew of underground bros. At that point, we're all like just punk rock. We would go to our own events and our own practice areas. So we had like a little corruption going right there. So that Mike's place, the Black Hole, is where we went and drank, like the guys in Rick Agnew and all the guys in the Adolescents, everybody,
and just hung out and shared music, right?
Oh man, and then we got kicked out of there.
And we would share our stories of punk rock and how much more punk rock we were everywhere than the other guy.
And then we'd go to the gigs, always like fueled on beers, fueled so heavily on beer. So and then we'd go to the gigs. We had these. Remember the gigs, right?
Yeah.
We'd be all like, "There's punk gigs. You don't want to go, but we're all going because we're like punks." And it's about us, and we don't care about you. You go away. Yeah, it was a great era, man. And then Mike had just. I actually kicked Mike out of Social Distortion, and I was singing for SD for about a year, and then I was the lead singer because I made up Social Distortion. It was my band,
and that was with Rick.
Yeah,
right?
and that was Rick playing drums, Tim Mag playing guitar, Frank Agnew Senior playing guitar, and Mark Garrett, the lost bass player in history, Mark Garrett playing bass, and me singing. So that was an SD, and then we. Just hanging around, just having fun in life, growing up, being in high school, and then we joined the Adolescents because I just gave up on Social Distortion, because I'm all like, well, sure, why not? So we kind of all took the guys and merged into that next band, the Adolescents, and then the other band, SD, just dissolved, didn't come back. Mike had a band called Orange County Dustbin with Dennis Cannell, which was like after the first Social Distortion, and then
that was his entry into our band, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then he reappropriated the name I made up, and just ran with it. But that's okay,
Yeah, and then he came to us, and he goes, "You guys don't seem to have a problem with drugs and partying." He goes,
"Yeah, he got sober.
You think I could join you guys for a while?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure, that would be great." He goes, "Because I think it would be awesome to help me get sober," because he was having a lot of issues where.
Wow, I did not know that.
He'd have rehearsal and he'd sell all the equipment from Social Distortion, and he'd pawn it all off, get dope, and we
had a hard time when we were growing up because we were all kind of druggies, because it was cool.
And he was just doing his best to kick it, right? And so he said, "Hey, can I hang with you guys for a while?" And he did, and for several years he played with Easter, and it was great.
It was a heavy emotional time. It was really, really a heavy time for Mike.
And then when he left, Brent came in. Brent Lyles, and he joined us for another couple of years. So it was awesome. We had two members of Social Distortion.
Thank you for saving Mike.
Yes.
We saved Mike, me and you.
Yes,
dude, because he moved to my house for when he was getting abused a little bit when his mom and dad were like kind of splitting.
Yeah.
And then he went to you for a little salvation after he got sober, and that's awesome, dude.
And then in his entry to Easter,
hey Mike, if you hear us out there, we love you, dude.
Oh, we love him. Yeah, he's awesome.
That is so damn.
So in his entry to Easter was at the time he's moving out of the black hole.
Okay, right, exactly.
And he had a big party there where we all went and spray painted the whole entire building.
We tore out the cupboards.
Yeah, because they're tearing the building down. Yeah, they were tearing the building down.
Spray painting the Detours. That's when I was in a band called the Detours. The Detours were right between a couple of those bands back then, right?
And we took it down, and then he was really able to move on at that point because that was in his past now.
That was the breaking point.
Yeah, and it was in his past, and he moved forward.
And then he went into Ball and Chain and Prison Bound.
And then when he got that going, his manager said, "You can't play with Easter anymore. You have to do."
Jim Garno.
Social D, and So then that's when he moved on to, and Social Distortion did great. After that, it was
his Creedence Clearwater Mass,
and it was all up.
It was good. I love it.
All uphill for him. Yeah,
I like that kind of music.
Awesome.
Mike really his story is as good as it gets. You know what I mean? I mean, just like Johnny Cash. I mean, not saying that he sounds like him. Oh no, but it's kind of a parallel lifestyle. Substance abuse, dysfunctional situations, and pulling it off, and persevering and getting to a point where your beliefs took you a place where you didn't think you could get. And so Mike and all of us don't know how we got here. How'd you get here? I mean, my car?
My car, and then sometimes I was picking Rick up to bring him somewhere.
But there's one story about this guy. I get all this love from all over the world now because of the internet and stuff. So this guy yesterday sends me a picture of a tattoo. It's a tribal tattoo. It's got a DI pup on it, and he's all like, "I wanted to share this with you. The tattoo artist said he couldn't do anything on me because he's old school Hawaiian, right? And he said, I can't, unless you believe it with all of your heart and soul, I can't tattoo you." And he convinced him that DI pup in the band was the most important thing in his life.
Yeah.
To this guy that needed to be convinced pretty heavily, and he's all took a picture of it and sent it to me, just like, "Good morning." And I'm all like, "Wow, I am just, huh?
Sweet.
I'm Mick Jagger without the Mick or the Jagger,
right? Yeah,
or anything close to him." Well, I don't know. We have two names, first and last. We're close. No, but that was a really amazing experience. I'm sure you have a bunch, but you're the show. You're the host of your own show, so that makes Your stories
It's
are
fun. It's fun.
You're a
I
walking
got to
story.
just talk and hang out with my friends.
Shoot,
and
I remember
talk
playing.
shop
I remember playing.
and we get to catch up and on all the old stuff. So this is a good time. We're going to break away to a video that Easter did with Mike Ness, and then after the video, we're going to talk a little bit about the Adolescents and the Radolescents.
Awesome.
This video here is Lights Out in Lawndale from Easter.
Here's Easter on video 1.
I look at my past, it's a front and side. Friends and family, it's so far apart. Familiar voice in my corridor. A frightened child cries for more. Lights and Lawndale. Lights and Lawndale. Summer's moved in the room next door. It's a couple miles to the liquor store. Oh, the TV's no use. Already tried it. The radio stops for a bit of quiet. Lights and Lawndale. Lights and Lawndale. Some people like to lie. Some people try to hide. There's people out there make you a mock. You gotta show them that you're smart. Lights out, lights out, Lawndale. Lights out, lights out, lights out, Lawndale. Lights out, lights out, lights out, Lawndale. Lights out, lights out, lights out, Lawndale.
Easter, a new band from LA and a producer who's worked with Radio Tokyo, Ethan James. After the break, it's over to Australia.
Hope you enjoyed that. And by the way, those cops were not hired for the video. They came to break up what we were doing on the rooftop. Now we're going to move on to Adolescents, and we did some hanging out, you and I and the Adolescents, and Easter played quite a few shows with Adolescents and so many fun punk
Such
shows.
such good times. I mean, it was just good times. I mean, it's great. I remember, like, this much of it. No, I'm kidding. I remember quite a bit of it. But yeah, in fact, one show that we played with you guys in Downey, and I think it was Social Distortion and Easter. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like you played Lights Out Lawndale, the song, and I don't know what it was or what state of mind we were in, but we're just in awe of your band, because you guys are really good. And like, you know, when I was in Social Distortion, we our first set list had Bowie songs in it, you know, and had you know, songs that had more like, you know, depth other than just like, say, a Van Halen tune, which is good, but just not as like heavy as like Ziggy Stardust or 5 Years or something. So you guys had that kind of like sound.
And it was funny,
Easter.
Mike.
They're Easter, and they're called Easter. That's the bunny. You know what like the devil eats on Easter? Rabbit stew.
Right, yeah.
You know, the Easter bunny. Yeah, I can't get in trouble from an animal. Okay, let's see.
And it was funny, Mike.
It was the funnest show. These guys are great, man. They had mohawks and stuff. And their music was kind of like the early Clash, like, and we were into the Clash and just songs that were good, other than 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, because we got Discharged, you know, and GBH, and we loved all that stuff. But you know, something more characterized, more classy of writing. We just liked it. And then Mike was, you know, we thought I was the bitchinest thing ever.
And then Mike
was Dennis
the
in the
king.
band?
He was the king of cool.
Was Dennis in the band then?
Yes,
No.
Yeah.
And I was playing drums.
Yeah, Dennis and yeah.
I don't even remember that time. I remember the gig.
Yeah.
And I thought Dennis was playing, just as I recollect. And
yeah, and then Dennis came back, and he was there for the rest of the duration until he passed away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was tragic. He had just got everything together, and I had just played golf with him like the week before, and he was telling me about how he had put everything back together. He had bought a new house.
Yeah, in Newport.
And everything was going great. He's going to move to this new house.
And then he buckled in the driveway.
When he was moving the boxes in. An aneurysm right in the driveway, right, yeah.
Right across the street from Hoag Hospital, too, in Newport Beach. And that's the best hospital.
Tragic, yeah.
And he just didn't make it. Yeah, that was, God, the memories of Dennis and his parents' house were, house was like, we all went to Ladera Vista Junior High School, you know, in Fullerton. So Dennis's mom and dad's house was outside of the field in the fence across the street, you know, and we'd all go there and just hang out and just like, you know, hang out when his parents were lit the house on fire once accidentally.
And then he would do anything for you. You could count on him. If you needed anything, he was there.
We were all there for each other. Yeah. We, you know, our underground camaraderie ran deep.
Amazing,
you know?
Amazing.
And it was intense, and the music was fueling us, and we were all good kids, really, because we came from like moral families, pretty much, you know. Little dysfunction here and there, but so it was great, like, you know, being around each other and just living that lifestyle without any like negative thoughts or anything. You know?
Right, yeah.
We're just like, you know, loving it, and it was good times. Still loving it. Now the kids wish they were like there when we were there.
Oh no, exactly. But it's never going to be the same.
Well, no, you don't. You don't want to do that. I want to be in a band. No, you don't. No.
There's a lot of other stuff that goes with the fun.
Yeah, 80% hell, 20%.
That's a little bit unfun.
Heaven.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty great though, man. You know, we both toured the world and more.
And the stories that we could tell. Right. Yeah.
The stuff in our heads.
And they're not stories; they're true life adventures.
I remember I took acid and went to the top of the Eiffel Tower with this French dude once. I'm just you know, hallucinating. There's, you know, the tower, you know, stuff like that, you know, simple stuff that really makes life worth living, you know what I mean?
And then you came down holding hands and lived happily ever after.
With a girl.
Oh, not the guy you went up there with. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been gay. I didn't have it in me.
Oh no. Okay.
You know,
so
Freddie Mercury never had a driver's license. Kept rear-ending people.
No.
The DMV and stuff.
There's the most off-color joke you're going to hear tonight.
Yeah, gay people. I've been gay for a while. I don't know. Should I say that?
No. So
happy.
Let's go through the Adolescents, because you have a lot of history with the Adolescents, so you know a lot of what went on. So tell us a little bit about some of the fun you had with them and some of the great stuff you did.
Yeah, back in the day, it was just great because we were over sensationalized by the media at that point, because it became a disturbance to society, and we got to be a part of just like a full-on like a 60s kind of scenario riot, you know, against the war. And we were just rioting against everything, I think. I'm not really sure what. You know, stupid things, everything, you know, parents, war. We just wanted to bark and stuff, and we got media attention, so we thought this was kind of cool. We're on TV now. And then, you know, hey, we're booking more shows. They'll probably be filming there. We're going. And we were just wrecking it, just having fun wrecking and just like playing this fast kind of new style of music. And my mom kind of freaked out. She said, She said, quit. Social Distortion. Or no, it was the Adolescents. She's all quit. And then I'm all like, okay, I quit. I pretended I called my band. I'm quitting. Okay, Mom, I quit. Hung up the phone, and then, you know, she saw me on TV on
we're going on tour?
We're going, yeah, two on wait, Ion
As
LA.
you hung up, I'm on tour.
Channel 7, Ion LA is all punk rock show at the Starwood, or Stardust Ballroom up in Los Angeles gets a little out of control. Fear, the Adolescents,
And you're
Black
standing
Flag.
there?
No, I'm playing. They had live footage of me, and my mom's looking at it going like, you are right, you didn't quit that bad. And I'm all like, I'm moving out. I gotta move out. But I still went to college after that breakup with my parents. And everything went good. We destroyed the college we went to and played the student center and just were dysfunctional there. I had a radio program in 1980. Oh no, wait, actually it was in 1977. I had a radio program at Fullerton College in Fullerton called something, I didn't even remember. And I played punk rock because it was fresh. All the records were fresh. You know, the first Fear record, the first DK record, everything was fresh. And we're just all like, you know, kind of going, you know, we're into it because it was just underground and bitching, and we were kind of underground, you know, philosophically ourselves already at that point with music. So we kind of I had this program director was losing it, Chuck Ronge. This was like 77, I think, maybe 78. He'd just watch me because he'd pull it off like when dead Kennedys say, "There's 6 of us, so have a hot dog sandwich." So they said, so he'd pull it off and go, "You can't do that." And I'm all, "Well, it's just a record." He's all, "No, guidelines." But I had my own station and played around like Fullerton College, like all the music that we played. Saw TSOL at the Student Center. I passed out under the piano. It was good.
Which is what you did at a TSOL gig.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Even if you were in the band.
Ooh, you're in trouble, Chad.
Even if you're in
trouble now. Jack's gonna get you. No, I love Jack, Ron. TSOL is one of my favorite bands. Great guys. I grew up with those guys. In fact, I just got sent a picture from Todd Barnes, rest in peace, the first drummer's grandma's backyard house where they practiced in 1977. 76, 77. Me and Rick Agnew and Mike Ness went over to Long Beach for the first time. We just met these dudes because we're all kids and we're all like meeting punk rockers in bands, you know. So we went with Jack over to Todd's grandma's, and I'm never gonna forget, there were shits everywhere. There was like shits everywhere. Like every 2 inches, you could barely puzzle your way through the backyard landmine field, right? And I call it that because like Jack is like walking, and then we're following him, right? And he's all like, "Watch out for the landmines."
Nice.
I'm never gonna forget that. Jack said that.
Yeah.
Just like a suburban.
And nonchalantly.
Yeah,
like
nonchalantly.
there was nothing going on. There was nothing going on here.
Yeah, and then Mike and Ron and Todd were in the back taking bong rips, and they were like listening to Judas Priest, just some good metal. I'm all like, "Hey, we're from Orange County." I'm Mike. This is Rick. I'm Casey. We're all like 8. So, you know, Mike was like 16, 15. I was like 17.
Right, yeah.
Wow. So life is good, man.
So then there was a few years from when you were in the Adolescents to the new one, the Radolescents.
Oh,
so
the Radolescents, yeah, as a year.
Tell us how that came about.
Well, the
Rick,
Rads, I wanted to get the original band together again because they're, you know, everybody's retroing on old bands and not old, but you know, middle-aged bands, we'll say, and
yeah, because we're not old.
And I wanted to get the Adolescents back together, and then it was just all no. Tony wouldn't do it, you know, because I wanted to play with the Misfits at the Forum. Maybe people are booking shows that are kind of want the original band back together, and it'd be bitching because the kids like the Adolescents. So I tried to get that together.
Yeah, the kids, they like it.
Yeah, and you know, and I like it. The kids, and the middle, and the old kids, which is weird because we didn't really mature as much as we did.
We didn't.
Yeah, not really. So they're all no. So I'm all, well, let's get the band together without Tony, and maybe someday they would merge. You know, we're both playing the same songs. You know, let's merge. You know, and everything would be happy. We all live happily ever after. And then Tony got madder, and we found out some weird stuff. There's underhanded stuff that kind of happened, and the Radolescents would rather be the Radolescents than the Adolescents. It's kind of weird because the Adolescents aren't even the Adolescents. It's such a facade, and it's a long story. I don't want to get into it right now. I just want everybody to get along. But so eventually, that it was coming together, and then Steve passed away. And I'm all, oh, there goes that idea.
Yeah,
I guess now we're never getting together. And then
Yeah,
everybody.
because Steve he got people together. He was he was all love, right? It
Yeah,
was
all
crazy.
love,
Yeah.
nothing but love. I don't know why he was part of the takeover when they kicked me and Rick out and said that we quit. But I don't know what it is. But I don't really pay attention to things like that are really kind of disturbing. So I just go on my happy way and just do my deal. But so that's
The
what
Adolescents is
the Adolescents. I like everybody in that band. I mean, it's the
you've
original.
done quite well.
Yes, yeah, we're doing really good. We're recording.
Pandemic hurt a little bit, but
Yeah. We're playing shows though, because Rick Agnew is the backbone of the Adolescents and that's what really deserves that title. But we don't want to be called the Adolescents because they're actually, don't sound like the Adolescents did. But me and Rick kind of do. I remember I had Fletcher.
well, and then there won't be a confusion if you keep it at the
and we don't even
Adolescents,
want to
right?
be in a band with a guy that's kind of like negative and does underhanded things. So Frank Agnew Jr. singing for the Adolescents is Frank and Rick's nephew, or Frank Sr.'s son. There's adolescents all over.
Who was
Frankie
an original
Jr.
adolescent,
So
right?
and we're all at the three Agnews now, and it's just more fun, like it used to be. We have John O'Donovan from the original Adolescents before I was even in the band.
Yeah.
So it's just like culturally and historically makes more sense. I mean, when you look at it, it's just like, it's not rocket science to figure out who deserves what and what had transpired between those two bands. And it's exciting. It's exciting. And let's see what else.
So you
The Rads.
you recorded a video.
In fact, I've got
at
the
the
shirt
Doll
on
Hut.
right now. The Adolescents.
Yeah,
Phytoplasm.
Yeah, there you go. So you recorded a video at the Doll Hut. I was there
Food
for that.
vacuum.
So tell us about the recording of the Amoeba video.
Oh yeah,
that you
yeah,
did
yeah.
at-
Oh, we did it. Okay.
at Doll Hut,
Yeah,
yeah.
Gabe Zavala. He's a filmmaker, friend of ours. You can look him up. He did a short film of Amoeba, which took the words that I wrote of the scientists in the lab and actually put a little a skit together, like about maybe a 5-8 minute, just kind of like, acting skit that portrayed the lyrics of the song and followed along, looking in the microscopes and the whole thing. And then we played live at the Doll Hut and got a classic recording.
And then all the cool people, all our friends were there hanging out.
Dude. I love being
And they're
out.
all- yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
so damn cool. I'm having so much fun in life.
Yeah, and
So-
I'm in the crowd in the video because
Yeah.
I came for that whole
God.
filming. It was awesome.
That was good. Yeah, my son Casey Jr. was in it, was there, and it was a really great experience. Gabe really pulled it off. It's called Adolescents, a short film, and it's just so dang cool.
And it was at a time when it was needed. That was the time when people were coming back to punk rock and they wanted to see that stuff, like you said.
Yeah, and the kids, the second generation, which I would say is 10 years past my younger than my age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are all as solid as we. We're just all the same age.
Yeah.
So now we've got all these just different generations that are on the same page.
Yeah.
And it's fun, like you said. It's the funnest thing I've ever done.
Oh, so fun,
I'm having a great time hanging around you. How about you with me?
Yeah, exactly.
God.
That's it.
Do you want a back
We
rub?
always have a good time
You want a
getting
back rub?
together.
Well, I'm not going to do it. No, but there's a massage parlor up the street.
And
wow.
And
No,
and
sorry.
then the other one you did, that other thing you did was pretty cool. You were on a motorcycle or a auto repair show.
Oh yeah, we did. We got picked up by Discovery Channel. We did a pilot film or a pilot video, and shopped ourselves to Discovery and won.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I guess Richard Rollins, the guy, his like Gas Monkey Garage Rehab.
Yeah, and it was
show. And I think Richard
rehab.
was a closet Social Distortion fan, and he knows my past, so it kind of helped us get the part. But they destroyed our shop.
And then you played on the back of the truck. It was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We backed out. They put our, my drum set and stuff on a truck and backed out. They're all, here's the new garage. Move that bus. Kind of
super
thing.
fun,
And
yeah.
they opened it up, and there's us playing on a flatbed pulling out of the garage that they built. God, Richard Rollins and like Garage Rehab put about $100,000 into this garage that we have, and it's just like
it's
it was an
beautiful.
amazing time. That was
It's a
really a
beautiful
lot
garage,
of fun.
yeah.
That was fun. And the Richard Rollins guys are from some of his crew on the filming crew were punkers, and they knew about the scene, right? So when we backed out on that truck, they weren't expecting the Huntington Beach, Southern California kids to all start slam dancing right in the middle of the shoot.
Oh no, it was great.
So
yeah.
like everybody remember that? It was so damn cool.
And I don't know if you wandered off into that yard.
Hi Russell. Hi Chris. Hey Richard.
Yeah, I don't know if you wandered off into the property there, into the yard, and all the paraphernalia and weird stuff they had out there.
Yeah.
They had Elvis, and they had this.
Yeah, that's our
all this.
That's our shop.
Yeah.
That's all normally there.
And then they had these signs, and me and Bernie came out from Big Mess, So we have some photos of us with Elvis and with
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, and then these signs. It's the funniest signs. Don't do drugs, and all these weird signs. So,
Oh man, it's like a circus there. I mean, oh man, I could go on and on about that property, but hey, we're still there, still fixing, really nice cars. I've been on tour and doing a lot of recording with a band called the Immortals. I'm playing drums with now, and then the Adolescents are recording now too. The new Red album, like the Adolescents Blue album. That's the record. That's what the Adolescents play.
Right. Yeah.
Blue album, and then the 4-song EP that me and Rick were on back in that day. So we're recording. We just got done with 4 songs, older Adolescent songs that were on the singles Frontier Records. Hi Lisa. The Frontier Records thing. We got on Call of Duty video game too. Amoeba, Call of Duty. Check it out. It's coming out.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's gonna be good.
So Lisa Fancher and all those guys, we just I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I've got so much action-packed adventures in my mind.
That's it.
So but
so we're gonna do a couple of breakaways here.
we are.
Yeah.
I thought I just mentally broke away myself
And
personally.
then we'll come back and finish. So
Double breakaway.
So now, since we talked all about the Adolescents video, Amoeba, we're going to show it to you. So stay tuned. Here's the Amoeba by Adolescents.
Adolescents. Oh, I remember what I was saying. In a minute.
Sweet.
FM radio, bringing you the latest underground sounds of Southern California. Here's a new one from Fortune's own Adolescents, swimming its way up the charts, Amoeba!
Microscope, the little glass sides, they never lie. How can this small mind go? I've never seen anything like it before. This amoeba's got a mind of its own. But don't turn your back to stupid science world. This amoeba's turning to its clone.
Well, I hope you enjoyed part 1 with Casey Royer. Now we're going to go out with a little video for you to watch. And remember, tune in next week to part 2 of Chad's Underground Scene with Casey Royer. All right, we're
Wait,
going
is
to
this the one
play
right
you
here?
a little Ramones
Is that
song
the first?
here.
Was this the first note? Right.
Yeah, it'd be, yeah.
Oh, IBL. There we go.
There we go.
Okay, sorry.
All right, we're going to play some Ramones for you.
Now we're going to play some Ramones
This
for
one's
you.
called Beat on the Brat.
With a baseball bat.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Beat on the brat, beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh oh. Beat on the brat, beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh oh. What can you lose? What can you lose? With a brat like that always on your back, what can you lose? Lose. Beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh oh. Beat on the brat, beat on the brat, beat on the brat with a baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh oh. E. Ramone.
Yeah.
What can you lose? What can you lose? With a brat like that always on your back, what can you lose? What can you lose? Everything.
Yes. Good ending.
Punk rock.
Good ending. That's some punk rock for you.
Give me hugs.
We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's Underground Scene.